in my early in my career, yeah, I was really nervous, like really nervous, and you'd have butterflies in your stomach. And then, yeah, as it progressed through the years, I was actually trying to look for that nervousness. Was the thing that I was trying to find, and trying to get that nervous energy going. It probably became a little bit too relaxed at times, but that's probably just how I evolved, and my nature not to get overly excited about things. But yeah, it changed. It changed throughout the years, definitely.
Yeah, I was just wondering now that your career is you're at the far side of your career and you're finished playing for Dublin and obviously you're finished playing for the club as well. If you could go back to the 18 or 17-year-old self, what advice would you give them about the career that's to come?
Oh, Jeannie Mac, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I'd probably say, I was gonna say, like, trying to have more fun. Maybe have more fun at certain points in my career. Um, like it's the demands have gotten pretty high, and it's a very serious environment at times, and it's easier to let those pressures of um, being part of a high performance environment and system, suck the fun out of it a bit. I think it's something we were kind of aware of within the squad, and we tried to introduce a bit of crack and fun and a social side of things more, but just to have more fun with it. Looking back on it now, they were just really, really special and unique days, and probably the best days of my life. So I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy them or I didn't have fun, but maybe to have had a little bit more fun on a consistent basis.
Do you feel like now that you're back to, I suppose, normal life, and I know you're saying that life is taken up with work, with changing house, having another kid. Do you think that you missed out on an awful lot because you hear so often about missing out on social occasions, weddings, whatever it might be?
Like when I was playing, I always thought, gee, like I'm missing out on a friend's wedding, stag, or whatever. But now on the far side of it, I realise actually, no, like all that stuff's not what it's cracked up to be. It's not at all. And wouldn't for one second have traded, you know, playing in that team in that environment for any of those kind of social occasions. Um, and the reality is, when you are finished playing, you'll have plenty of time to build all that back up and take advantage of any of those social occasions. So you're playing the window that you play is probably max 13, 14 years, which in the grand scheme of things is a pretty small window. So it's funny. I would have, when I was playing, looked over thinking the grass was a little bit greener, but now that I'm on the other side of the fence, I can say no, it certainly wasn't.
I was at plenty of your big games over the years. You mentioned the 2011 All Ireland final, and I have to say the atmosphere in the last few minutes was unbelievable. Same at some of those Mayo games. Can you explain what it's like to be on the pitch with that volume and noise and atmosphere and energy going on? While you're out there still trying to win a game.
Yeah, yeah, they're the moments that I loved. Just looking back on those times, crunch moments in games, and it's just the energy in the place is it's indescribable. And probably two standout moments for me are kind of the 2013 semi against Kerry and the 2016 semi against Kerry as well, I think. And those games were just electric, just end to end. Had everything. Had great hits, great shoulders, great blocks, scores, Kev Max goal. Mick McCauley's flick on, and usually when you're playing, you're kind of in the zone. You kind of forget about the crowd and everything else. But when that goal went in 2013, the place just shook, and I remember the ground actually physically shaking and snapping out of it, looking around, being like, whoa, there's something unique going on here. So, I think that probably go down as one of the greatest games of all time. Certainly the greatest game I was involved in. And to be part of that was really, really, really special.